Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for September 12th of 2025 is titled Lunar Eclipse in Two Hemispheres. So what do we see here? Well, as you might guess from the title, we are seeing the lunar eclipse that occurred just this past week, and we'll see multiple images taken over a period of time as the moon begins to move into Earth's shadow, turning a deep red when it is in Earth's shadow, and then coming back out of Earth's shadow and brightening again. Now, a lunar eclipse occurs when the moon passes into Earth's shadow. And at those times, the sun's light will be blocked from directly hitting the moon, and the only light making it to the moon would be some of the light that sneaks through Earth's atmosphere. And that light is going to tend to be a very deep red color, as the longer wavelengths are the ones least likely to be scattered out of the way and will be refracted into the shadow of Earth. Now, if we look at these two, they are two different images showing the same eclipse, and we can note that they are quite different. And in fact, the moon seems to be moving in different directions in each of these. Well, the eclipse was exactly the same from all over Earth. So what do we see in this portion? Well, we're seeing that the upper image was taken in China, and that's in the northern hemisphere. And then the other is taken in Australia in the southern hemisphere. So we're seeing a different perspective here from northern hemisphere relative to the southern hemisphere. So relative to each other, someone in the northern hemisphere would be standing in the opposite direction on Earth, and that's because the Earth is spherical. There is no distinct up and down. It is all relative, and relative specifically to the center of Earth. Down is not an up-down as we're used to thinking about it. Down is the direction toward the center of Earth. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, that's in one direction, and if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's in another direction. So people are standing in various different orientations because down changes as you move around the Earth, what we would see as down. And therefore, you're looking at different perspectives, and in the northern hemisphere, it will seem to move in one direction, and in the southern hemisphere, it will be exactly the opposite, just as seasons are opposite in the two hemispheres. Whereas the northern hemisphere is moving from summer into fall right now, and the southern hemisphere is moving from winter into spring. So again, all due to the fact that Earth is spherical, and we're seeing that directly here. And in fact, lunar eclipses were one of the ways that the Greeks were able to demonstrate that the Earth is a sphere thousands of years ago. And that's because the shadow on the moon during a lunar eclipse was always a circle. And the only object that can always cast a circular shadow, no matter what the orientation in space, would be a sphere. So here we get to see a number of images from the lunar eclipse of just this past week. So that was our picture of the day for September 12th of 2025. It was titled Lunar Eclipse in Two Hemispheres. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture, previewed to be 1 mile star trails. So we'll see what that is about tomorrow. And until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.